Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope good. Well, anyways, um, there's a couple of things that I want to do today. I mean, I've already outlined it a little bit in the title, and I want Unity to launch. It's being slow, being very slow today. But that's fine because the first things that we're gonna do are not gonna be in Unity anyways. It's going to be on the backend servers that we're gonna change some stuff first. So yeah, that's gonna be good. The major reason that we're first going to look at the backend is because we have a couple of things that we will need to do today. And the first thing is basically get our images from our manga sites into or disk cache, or we need to get it into memory cache. Just someplace in memory or someplace on hard drive, just so that we can work with it. So let's see if I go to manga API of MangaDex API MangaDex docs. Thank you. And if we there go to download, so basically this doc that I'm now following. So they have a variety of methods to distribute pages, both optimized for end user performance and to save on bandwidth on their side. Large saving at the aspect of image quality. To be honest, I think I can go for data for the original quality. For sure currently, but I think I might want to switch in the end to their data saver thing. So I'm thinking of. Okay, so at home server chapter ID endpoint, you'll get all required fields to compute your page URLs. Is not supported. What? Is this gonna be fine, or what is it gonna do? Is it not live anymore? Abba dabba. No, it's still live. It's all fine. YouTube is just. It's saying poor. But it should be fine. Well, I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. It should be fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, then what I'm going to do, and I'm gonna also put this on that and this on that. Yes, cool. So apparently we need to do the at home /server /chapter ID endpoints, and that will get us the chapter ID. Now app dot get. Also, I want to make it myself a little bit easier. And normally GitHub. I'm actually not sure if I can GitHub. Can I? Yes, people have. Okay, cool. That's totally fine. Yes, I have been liking it in my own stuff. Okay, cool. And we'll log into here. It's great. I need to. I'm so happy that that's always gonna open on my other screen. Yes. Okay. Come on. Open. Oh. Now, if I now do this. Slash art. No, I do not need slash art. Also, I'm going to do this, that, go back here, that button again. Yes, cool. No, I want to check. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Cool. The user data, yes. Then it's not the manga ID, but close. Because here we have. Wait, do I save the mangas in the data? I think I do. I should be saving it. Get manga and chapters. Then on the response, I save response.data. I do not save. I think here instead I'm going to start saving this entire data structure as this chat response dot data. Data, and then we have the manga. Or then we have the manga and the chapters. Cool, because I do not need to do the chapters call again, because I already have that one cached basically. And what I can do then is over here. Let me first terminate this in the meantime. So I have the manga ID from the user data. The c.id will be maybe that. Let me check this. Normally if we search for manga, yes, we have the manga ID feed here, but I'm gonna look at the Swagger docs because this tells me a little bit better what the output is. So if we get the manga feed, we can have as an output data, which is chapter relations. And that's an array of chapters. Yes, this is an array of chapters. So I can normally just index in this data because it's a response collection. Oh, so is this called chapters? No, it's called data. So we have the user states dot data chapters, because that's that chapters, and that is. I'm already going to the data of that. That should just be the index, and I'm getting here the ID of that chapter. That should be fine. That should actually be fine. Okay, cool. That's the chapter ID then. Actually, now I want to give it a good think. Because basically what we have is, instead of this ID being that, I actually want that ID to be the chapter ID. Now that I think about it, just because of how it will work in Worlds. Because in Worlds you will, does Unity open by now? Yes, Unity is open by now. Good. So what we will have in World is that you click one of these lines here, right? You're gonna click one of these chapter list panels. Yes, I think it's this one here that I have disabled. You have basically one of these chapters. Yep, up. Yes, cool. You have one of these chapters here. You click on it, and you basically get a pop-up with a URL that you need to copy. And then if you copy that, and then over here we will have a printer, and you will be able to like print out the book, or you'll get the book in some kind of way by interacting with something else. This has multiple reasons for just how VRChat currently works with URLs. It's just a little bit funky. I could do it so that it's like locally connected, so that you, just like I wanted to do it here now subtly, is that, yeah, you just say c.id, ID being the index of your page, right? And then I can manually myself call into that. But other people in the world do not have the same states here as you do. So they would, like, if I spawn a book for them, like, you only would have a local book. Which is interesting, but it is not what we want, right? Definitely not what we want. So I want to be able to like read books together, because I find that that's, if you have a book in your hand physically, you're reading something in a library, and other people need to be able to see that book and like have data on that book from what it is basically. And I technically can send that through Udon side, but the videos I cannot. So the data of the actual content of the book I cannot, just because of how everything is going. Now, just because, yeah, we cannot generate URLs at runtime. It's the main problem, to be honest, of all of this. Okay, cool. Now, so this will be our chapter ID instead. So this will be our chapter ID. Now, how do we get the chapters again? The main URL for the chapters is over here, downloads. So at home server chapter ID. That's a get on, yeah, API get at home server chapter. Cool. This base URL, that, and then the chapter ID with our base attributes. That should be fine. I do want to see what that responds basically. Also, this is totally disconnected from that. Okay, and that's... I'm now also thinking this ID needs to do something differently depending if you ask for a JSON or a MP4. So if you're asking for a video, then it needs to return something different than if you ask for a JSON page. Just on how I want it to basically work. Because I want this request to be basically sent twice, one by the URL and one by the thingy, by the other one. So that like I can just send over the URL to the other side, basically to the other people, and they will basically know what to do with that data. Now this chapter, let's see what that has as a result. npm run start. Cool. And if we now get a new tab, go to localhost 1000. I think it's 3000 /c/0. But yeah, app has crashed. Cool. I'm going to need to see. I'm going to need to see. Why did you crash specifically? Didn't. I'm going to need to put in failure codes for that specifically for all of those calls, because yeah, they can definitely fail. And I need to handle those because, as you can see, apparently it full on crashes. But yeah, I do need a actual chapter. So why don't I go back here? Also, one thing that I currently I think have set up is I have it connected to a totally different IP instead of localhost. You know what? I am going to make this base URL work, actually. Not a bad idea. So how we make that work? There's a folder editor. And then we create a C# script, which is our URL store editor. This is not a mono behavior, but is a Unity editor. Okay, cool. So we place this all over here. This all can go away. And that will be a custom editor of that type. Where that needs to can go away. Cool. And that will now create that. I am going to learn a little bit with this because this is going to be my first time that I actually use the cool create. Can I create that? Actually, that's a question. Um. Oh, those are playables. Oh. UI elements. UXML templates. I think that's. Oh. XML factory just fails. Fun. Okay, cool. That's a lot of fun. I mean, I could also do it with the olden ways of doing it with the GUI stuff, but I kind of want to integrate it. I want to use the new stuff. I'm needing to get used to it anyways. Also, let's just go is question mark. Oops, it didn't crash it. Cool. Making sure that it's still on 3000 and not on 3005. No, it's still on 3000. Cool. So yeah, we have the manga here. Cool. Or multiple mangas. These are like 10 in total. Bam, 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 bam. So then let's show and explorer and editor, new, not folder, file, new text document, URL store editor.xml or UXML. Is it that the file extension? Or is it just XML? Ah, do I not have file extensions shown? Yes, I do not have file extensions shown. Cool. Now I can open it in this here too. And now what all do I need in here? I need a basically three things: base URL lists, and then a VRC URL lists. But I basically want to translate this. I won't be able to bind it directly. I'm gonna need to do some property changes basically on it. Can I work with the editor? Or is that just not gonna work? Ah, that's the editor creator window. That's not the editor. Don't we have the editor? Why not? That's annoying. But hey, well, I'm gonna work in here then. Let's go here and copy this first one and the UXML ending tag. Cool. And then also this store resource file name is URL store editor That's just an inline style. Okay, cool. Now, why are you not being recognized? Well, a resource is that's not a resource. Loads assets of Unity. Can I do load assets above than with thingy? Let's see. Type of is what assets? Because it's not in my resources folder. That's the reason. The only way that I will actually get it is if I do that correctly. And now, if I'm correct, then this is that scripting. I'm actually gonna see if I can use the old one. And then URL store, that's my target. Okay, can I just override? That's the first thing I need to test is can I just override it by default? Huh. What did we have to do again for that? Where are our docs? The creator docs, and then the run sharp docs, and then I need the door. Okay, custom inspector behavior. Okay, so that should just work out of the box if everything here is set up correctly, but that might not be the case. Yeah, this is in the editor side of things, and this is the other one. So now this is URL store. Yes. So I need URL store. Ah, that's the issue. If I would now go take a look at, should be anything in there. Yes, URL store is totally empty. That's what I wanted. Cool. Now I can go over here and now I load that, and then the Visual 3 I can attach some things to data. So what we need now is a class player property slider row label visual element slider progress bar. I need a string fields. How do I talk to it? Binding paths. Look up this binding path. Yes. Can I go to the manual of the what did we call this again? I think if I search in the manual for visual element, I might find it. So let's search on this one. Okay, working with XML templates. The name should be equal to or base URL. Visual elements, normal element box, label, image, fold out, text element, upload displays text, plate controls, and repeat toggle, scroller, slider end, min max, and field, mask field, layer, text, progress bar, field, text fields. Not string field, it's text fields. Cool. So this should now have created a object not reference on instance of an object. Well, I'm going to remove that. That will not work. I don't think I will need styling on that anyways, so that is fine. Now, now, why does this text field not red? Is it because I'm label? Let's add label base URL. Also, apparently I can just close it like that. Don't need this. Um, then I don't need that. And we can just have to, I need the .uxml at the end. Also it is asset slash editor, capital E, yes, E editor slash URL editor. Still not something interesting. URL stored editor .xml. No stored editor URL editor. Yes. Normally from assets. Assets needs to be included. I see now. That will make sense. No errors this time. Good. Yes, and now we have base URL. That is great. That's what I wanted. And now we can have a list. Do lists exist, or do I need to create that at runtime? I think I just need to create a foldout and just put it inside of the foldout. Yeah, it's a foldout, and I just need to create. Where is the foldout? Foldout. Cool. So foldout name URLs. Array label URL, and I'm going to add a computed, also base with capital B, base URL, and URLs arrays comp. So I can see the computed URLs at the end as a foldout too. Oh, and now I should have base URL with 2 foldouts. No. There is space for it, but there's no. Yeah, what I can now do in the editor here is I can say that my visual element, which is my root here, this is my root, and then I clone the okay, that's the target. Okay, cool, and that's the target. So I clone this tree into this one, and then I can say custom inspector dot query for a text field with the name of base URL, and this is then, what do I get back here? A visual element, I do think. Element dot there's with the capital F. Or can I say text field? Okay, so that's our base text field. Then we have our visual element, URLs, URLs list, URL text fields with our array of comments. And this is not a text field, this is just a visual element. These two are just visual elements. We need them to be text fields. Else array. Okay, now we can go for and I. And I also need to add a remove button. Would the list be easier to work with, actually? Reference elements. Isn't the list view? Display a list of elements. But how does list view work? Can I look at? To be honest with how custom it is, it's practically no use of having the XML file. It really isn't. Sometimes I find it strange to work with the visual tree, but to be honest, I create this quicker, but unexpected by because this is gonna be quicker for me. Not that editor, that manager also not. Editor window. Sorry. Oh. Yes, cool. Now, can you go back all the way to that? Also, if you see me, if you see my mouse go this way, off the screen like this, then I'm just looking at documentation. Because I cannot remember everything outside of my head, but I should be string base URL equal to, I, to be honest, can just link that. And for that, I actually better use. Better use this. So this just gives a text field. Inspector behavior. That's not what I want currently. I just want that, and that should be, or which one is it? Base. That's changing it? No, that's not changing it. It's F2. One is the search name. Got an R in here. This will be URL store. Cool. Now this stuff is not public, probably. That's why. There it is. Yes, it's not public. So we have the base URL, which is a private, which I'm gonna make. We technically could get it via property stuff, but property stuff do be annoying. So I'm being lazy, to be honest. This is me being very lazy. Because normally what you do is you go via properties, right? Is you, instead of the target here being an object, what you do is you go here and you get the serialized object. We update it, right? And the serialized object, we can serialized object dot where can we get them? Find property of base URL. Okay. Now we have a serialized property. And then the URL we can give to a property field. Just give it the base URL. This is how we used to do stuff, right? URL. Is it first the serialized property and that's it? Because the name is already implied there. And I guess we just need here a rule. And this is if it's changed. Its property ID has children and is expanded. Returns true if property has children and is expanded and includes children was set to false. Otherwise, false. There's no use for that. Cool. No use for that too. So this now should just show us a default inspector GUI with the base URL from the original one. Yes, so now we can change this to, for example, localhost, and that will update. Now, I also, to be honest, want to show, and I'm really going to store this as a string array, which is our URLs, just so that I have them stored too as a base line. And then I can work on the VRC URLs with target. I think target will be a better way of doing that anyways. So now I also want to show up URLs. And then that's not base URLs, that is just a listing of URLs. Cool. Now I want to here the GUI layout property fields URLs. Cool. Now, if something change, I think the end change check, if you begin and end, if something changes there, then we always do this. Now here we need to get our target, which is URL store, okay? And I already have that target. I always get the target. Why am I always getting? I don't need the target there. So here I want to basically for each URL, right? We want to set the, and I'm gonna make that a public one. So I can access it here, easier to find my URL store dot indexing I. Also, this will become a new VRC URL, and I'm gonna import that. Array of URL arrays size. Cool, and that's a URL list is equal to a new VRC URL, and here we can construct them because we're in editor space. Now I can say for URLs get element of index dot reference value as that's a string. So I'm just going to, actually I can just do that as a string. But it is a string. Oh no, that one. We only have a setter there. We do not have a getter. String value. There we go. That's what I wanted. Cool. Now this should show us URLs, and now I can make 15 of them. Interesting. Why can I not make 15 of them? Why can't I change it? If I do 5 here, also doesn't change. Interesting. Do I need to apply it somehow? Select object. Apply modified properties. And I'm doing that before we get the target, because otherwise we will like be lagging behind basically with it. So now 15. Yeah, so now we have 15 elements. And now I can say, for example, backslash st equals with the question mark. Then we have, I don't exactly remember our indexing, but that is fine. So I should actually also be able to do that, but then with this one. But that one will be automated. And now you can see basically this one is the URLs, this is base URLs without it. And now I just need to get, oh, it's string value plus. Now if I change this to local host, that's working fine. Base URL is not getting set up correctly. What? Why? Did I rename it? Just base URL? Type is not supported. Ah, because it's VRC URL. Yes. To be honest, that base one can become a URL or a string, because all Oracle structured ones have or that in the end anyways, so like it's not really a problem. String value. Local host. Colon 3000. Now this is why I made this, is now I can change the base URL without needing to change all of these. That's why I made this, right? Now I don't need to think about those anymore. I just need to think about these. And my main home, this search panel had an index of 0. Cool. Now, then we have the feed panel. You had an index for but main feed URL is also 0. That is fine. Detail. Alternate image URL index is 1. So our c.png, I think it was. It's right there. Then we have our chapter lists. Previous is 4. Next is 3. So next and previous, and I think this one is back. And then we have is it estos 0? B N B C S, yes, S slash 0. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Yes. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 9. Cool. Now you see here we also have all the same ones, but then nicely attached for URLs. Cool. So this technically should still function correctly without any hiccup. Sure. This is now connected to localhost, although yes, so this seems to work if I click on one. It takes a while. Is it not c.png? C.png? Oh. Did it error? Yes, it did error. Oh. If file ID. No, if user data clips is equal to undefined. Console cover art. I do want to quickly see, like, no go from manga ID. Yes, that's what I want. And then here, send file, because I just want to create a new paint. Can I make a new thing here? File. That actually kept me. Wow. Yes, cool. Continue. Correcting. Just downloading paint.net. It should help a lot. Press next. Next. Cool. Yes. So our width will be 512 by 600. That is actually fine. And then we will just I'll fill it with black and then put some text on it, which will be white. Will be no cover art found. And we will okay, just save this as project library server assets, and then this will be cover art not. Okay, and then send file. Okay, so auto join their name. Slash assets, no cover B. Okay, cool. And if I now oh hey, so this works. Cool, this works still. That's what I wanted to check, and this seems to just work fine. Cool. Let me know over there. Why is it not switching? Where is that one? This ID. I dealing data. Find. Also, this C dot the data here is not, it's manga dot data. Uh-huh. Because if we do that, then we should have done this first. Right. Okay, I'm gonna throw that out. Bum. ID, manga ID, request. Yes, but why? Data of only fine. Manga should exist. Because this should come after this call, right? And it's in this call that we set manga as manga, chapters as chapters, right? Now, why if we click on I want to know the user state. Can I do this? Oh, that one. That's all fine. I do that. That breaks it. Search with all of that data, and then manga with all of its data. Yes. How is manga the data not correct? Data.manga. Wait, data. Manga. That's what it is. Because then you have the ID there. Oh. Then download the URL. Is that really giving me an error? Yeah, it doesn't load. Okay, that's good to know. Do not go to that manga. That's good to know because it doesn't have any cover art. Yes, okay, cool. Save this so it's restarted. There we go. Redo this. Cool. That one. 5. 5. Also that one. also unable to load. Which IDs am I then taking? User data relationships cover art. Yeah, no, this one just takes a while. What does this mean? Okay. I just failed on a DNS lookup. What? Why? Why? But the problem is that that's breaking the app. Right. This works fine. Return 3, 4, 5. Yes. No. No. What is it now? Being bugged by. What? Did I not save it correctly? I do that and I do reach. 5, 4. Oh. Now. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That still does that. But if I get a chapter, because the chapter stuff should, for example, this chapter, right? As an example. What I can do there is here. I'll look into changing that later. So chapter slash that. So again, okay with the base URL of uploads, then a hash, and then the data of 6 and the data saver images of 6. So what I then can do is download this all and that's it. How do I create those again? Okay, basically it happens to be uploads, but could be whatever else. Typically, you want to be it'll be very different if it's a manga text at home node. Do not attribute any format. It's not a URL. It's neither a domain name, just HTTPS followed by a domain name. It's a string, no more, no less, just as is. So, and then we take the hash slash JPEG data saver. So it's this that we need to do. A request for an image will fill. There can be many reasons for that. Typically, it's caused by an unhealthy manga server. In order to keep track of the healthy servers in the network, improve. Need to report successful download images. Each image is received successful or not from the page URL. Call the reporter when notified just below. If it failed, I still can get call. You don't know that working. Check it. Load images slower. Wait a minute. What can your visual approach? So it's typically just a done thing to besides to thing to do besides during basic prototype. Okay, cool. Just checking some stuff. Because what we now can do is I'm gonna write a function get page yeah, that's basically just a get call. But that's also kind of what I want. Because now what I can do is for each const base L chapter is equal to response.base URL response.database URL const hash is the hash, and then we have the pages, but that's data saver, right? For I length yes, I want console log because I want to know what happens there. So if I go here, do that. Cannot read property of map of undefined. Well, I actually want response date. Wait, that's data. That still needs like for the hash. That still needs like dot chapter dot there, and for data saver also dot chapter. Now if this errors, then I can actually ask that question. Just data is undefined. Huh. Reading data of undefined. Cannot read properties. But I am logging here. I don't want to log that one anymore. Just so that I know what the hell is going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool, perfect. That's what I wanted. Because those are those images, right? So the start of these images are all exactly the same, but they have different lengths. That is so funny, in my opinion. It's like exactly the same. Or the first, how many bytes is this? I don't know. Now, now I need to convert them to video. FFmpeg. Well, I want to do this in Node. Yes. Normally, we get a new prompt. npmi. That is because no, actually, what? Is it just fluent FFmpeg? Yes, it's that. Okay, then it's not fine. And then we have this. Okay, so sometimes the data just does not load. I'm guessing. Cool. Like I will need to make sure that happening. Doesn't happen, basically. Now I response data because I wait for the response. Now if this response is faulty, then I basically need to do it again. Response error on a phone call. Okay, cool. But now for the FFmpeg, normally if this loads, right, then we should be able to here. If everything is okay here. Do we want to save it to the disk? I do not know for sure because I do not know if I think I want to save them through disk. Just for ease of use basically. And we don't return anything. We just say get the save off. Cool. Return. Let's just do that. Cool, but now I need to give it a safe path. Promise map. Get page. And for this, I basically want the chapter ID and then the image. As an index. So let me see here. And I also want with this, think about it, where did I send that file? I'll have to join like this. Assets, and then I want, oh, this is going to be upload slash chapter. And now this needs to be page split on a dash where I think that should give me the correct image lists as a file. No. I do not want it to like crash on. It is crash on. Why do you crash? Errors on the first call, not these calls, but it's erroring on this call. Off. So response is undefined, basically, because we had an error. Console.log no response. Undefined. Now, if response is equal to undefined, then but again. And I need to stop this. Why do I get this error? I'm performing a lot of requests on your server. Node.js doesn't perform any DNS. null request on your server. Node.js itself doesn't perform any DNS caching. It calls everything DNS to the OS. Need to have in mind that every HTTP request performs the DNS lookup. This becomes quite expensive to avoid download and get. You have to implement the DNS cache. Yeah, and it's better. That's a lookup property. To it's something like that you already use an already tested mock instead of writing it yourself, since you'll have to handle TLL correctly among other things to avoid direct bugs. And then they have something that just works in. Now, why does okay. This is closed, so this is fixed. Cool. So I can just create one, set it up on the HTTPS client, because everything that is HTTPS, from what I remember, yes, it's both HTTPS. And this cacheable lookup, yes, it's cool. It's not a module, yes, but why can't I? Why does the require not work? I've had this issue for a while now. And now I just need to use import instead of thingy for everything. I do it that way. So then I'd be able. When is this? And when did they change this? This is from last year. They changed that very, very recently. Then, which is very annoying. Import express from express. Import is no const. You. Underscore their name is not defined. Oh, now I can get this. X. I am going to need to look into why the hell I'm getting these errors. And this one specifically, because why? And also, we'll just do that instead. That we just only do it once. What not found? What? No, there's nothing in there. God damn it! I'm gonna look up what does this error server failure on a query A syscall. What is a query A syscall? Let's just get that. So it's a DNS query of a file, which should resolve. So it's because api.manga.dex.org, it isn't able to resolve that one. So it doesn't even get to resolve, which I'm totally able to search for. So, like, why is it not able to resolve it here? And like that is also like just totally, yeah, that's totally fine. And it's not even. Yeah, it's on here that it's already making the error, right? I'm gonna leave it here for today, and I'm gonna see tomorrow if we can get anything better. Because this might just be a now thing, but this is something that I will need to see why it's happening. Just in the future, if I have it tomorrow still, then I might look into it. Why the hell this is happening? But anyways, people, I'm gonna go sleepy. It's sleepy time. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.